You step into Aldi and right away something feels different. The bakery aroma punches you in the face first, then you catch the crowd gathered around the cheese section. Someone's recording a TikTok near the freezers. Welcome to Aldi 2026, where the budget grocery store that used to be known for generic lookalikes is now dropping cult favorite products that have people showing up before the doors unlock. Today we're counting down the 9 hottest Aldi products of 2026 that everyone is absolutely obsessed with. Products with waiting lists, products that triggered real arguments, and yes, products that caused actual fights. And by the time we hit number 1, you'll understand why this German discount chain is now setting food trends instead of chasing them. These aren't just good deals. These are the products people are hunting like collectibles. At number 9, we have to start with breakfast, because Aldi just fixed the biggest problem in the frozen waffle world with their specially selected high-protein Belgian waffles. Each waffle packs 15 grams of protein. That's more than 2 eggs. But unlike most protein waffles out there, these actually taste like real Belgian waffles. They're fluffy. They've got a gentle sweetness. They crisp perfectly in the toaster without turning into a rubber tile. So what's the trick? Aldi teamed up with a Belgian manufacturer that figured out how to fold whey protein, isolate, and pea protein into the batter without wrecking the texture. Most American protein waffles rely on cheaper protein blends that go gummy once they're frozen and reheated. These don't. They use a proprietary mix that keeps the waffle structure intact. Food science TikTok got involved. Side-by-side comparisons with competitors, blind taste tests, and even texture breakdowns. And the Aldi waffles won almost every single time. Now look at the price. $3.99 for a box of 8. That's basically half what most competitors charge for the same protein promise. And the moment they launched, they sold out nationwide in 3 days. Aldi had to slap on a 2-box limit because people were clearing shelves and buying whole cases like it was toilet paper in 2020. One bodybuilder went viral for eating them every single day for 90 straight days while documenting his physique progress. That video hit 12 million views. And when he revealed his secret breakfast, people rushed Aldi so hard the website started glitching. At number 8, cheese people are a different species. They're passionate, they're loyal. They will drive across state lines for the right wedge. And lately, Aldi delivered what might be their holy grail with the Emporium Selection Truffle Cheddar. This isn't just cheddar with a little truffle oil drizzled on top like a fancy afterthought. This is a 15-month aged English cheddar infused with real black truffle pieces all the way through the wheel. The truffle gets mixed into the curd during production, which means every bite hits you with that earthy, salty, umami truffle punch. It doesn't taste like flavored cheese. It tastes like something you'd pay restaurant prices for. And once you taste it, the obsession makes sense. It's legitimately high-end quality. Chefs started buying it for their restaurants because it was cheaper than what they were getting through their suppliers. Food critics compared it against $40 truffle cheeses from specialty imports, and more than a few couldn't tell the difference. You can melt it over steak, shave it over pasta, or eat it straight off the wedge at midnight, standing in front of your fridge in your underwear. It works in every scenario. At number 7, cold brew lovers are loyal, almost suspiciously loyal. And Aldi figured out how to turn that loyalty into a weekly habit with their Barissimo cold brew concentrate pods. Instead of doing the classic method, steeping grounds in water for 12 to 24 hours, Aldi built a concentrate pod system. Each pod has ultra-finely ground specialty-grade coffee sealed inside a filter pouch. You drop 1 pod in a mason jar, pour in cold water, shake it for 30 seconds, and let it sit for just 10 minutes. That's it. The result is a smooth, low-acid cold brew that tastes as if it came from a real coffee shop. No bitterness, No overnight waiting, no gritty mess to strain. Each box comes with 8 pods for $4.99, and each pod makes 16 ounces of concentrate, which usually turns into 2 or 3 drinks, depending on how strong you pour it. When you do the math, it's about 25 cents a cup. Compare that to coffee shop cold brew at nearly $5 for a grand or even grocery store concentrates that run $8 a bottle. But the real genius is the flavors. Aldi launched with 4 varieties including Colombian, Ethiopian, vanilla sweet cream, and chocolate caramel. Then they started rotating seasonal flavors every month. In December, they dropped a peppermint mocha version that sold out nationwide in 90 minutes. It got so viral that some Aldi stores literally added extra security attention to the cold brew section because people started shoplifting whole boxes. One store in Portland reported 47 boxes stolen in a single week. Aldi saw the gap. Cold brew is trendy and expensive. Home brewing is time-consuming and intimidating. So they created something fast, cheap, and genuinely good. At number 6, Aldi released a product so loved that people wrote poems about it. Fan fiction, love letters, somebody even got a tattoo. We're talking about Benton speculus cookies, Aldi's version of those famous caramelized spiced cookies you get on flights. The problem with the original is the price. At most stores, you're paying $5 for a small pack. Aldi's version, $1.89 for basically the same size. And according to blind taste tests from multiple food blogs, they're almost identical. Some people even swear the Aldi ones are better because they're slightly less sweet, which makes the spice pop more. The business move here is obvious. These cookies probably cost Aldi around 60 cents to make and ship. They sell them for just under $2. Great margin. But the real win is loyalty. Because once someone gets emotionally attached to a $1.89 cookie, they're not suddenly switching to another store. They're Aldi shoppers now, and they're probably buying the next item too. At number 5, in June 2025, 3 separate Aldi locations reported actual physical altercations over a refrigerated dip. Let's talk about the Park Street Deli Buffalo Chicken Dip, and why this isn't just another mayo-based buffalo dip. This one is made with real shredded rotisserie chicken, cream cheese, ranch seasoning, buffalo sauce, and 3 kinds of cheese. You heat it up and it turns into a gooey, spicy, addictive masterpiece. Aldi sells it in a 16-ounce container for $4. Similar dips at other retailers cost $8 to $10, and half the time they're worse. Those other dips use processed chicken. They can get grainy. They separate when you heat them. The Aldi version stays creamy and hits like restaurant food. Multiple food reviewers compared it to buffalo chicken dip from major chain restaurants and declared Aldi's version better. A viral TikTok showed someone bringing the Aldi dip to a Super Bowl party and pretending it was homemade. Friends raved. People begged for the recipe. When the truth came out, the video hit 31 million views. Within a week, the dip was basically extinct nationwide. Aldi had wildly underestimated the demand. Stores were getting tiny shipments, maybe 12 to 24 tubs at a time. Word would spread on social media that a store restocked, and then suddenly, dozens of people would show up like it was a product drop. In Tampa, Florida, 2 women got into a screaming match over who grabbed the last container first. Security footage showed them reaching for it at the exact same time. Police got called, both women got escorted out without the dip. And instead of people being embarrassed, the internet leaned into it. That's what a cult product does. It stops being food. It becomes identity. At number 4, bread lovers might be the most intense food community online. They discuss fermentation schedules like it's a sport. They argue hydration percentages like it's politics. They spend $300 on Dutch ovens to bake one loaf. So when Aldi dropped an authentic, legitimately good sourdough with their Lovin' Fresh sourdough batard, the bread community almost lost its mind. The crust is golden and crackly. The inside has those perfect irregular holes. It's got the tang, and somehow it stays good for days. Days. And Aldi sells it for $2.89 a loaf. How's that even possible? They partnered with a European bakery that has mastered industrial-scale sourdough production. The loaves are par-baked overseas, flash frozen, shipped to the US, and then finished in store each morning. So you're getting authentic European-style sourdough at a fraction of the cost because Aldi's supply chain is built like a machine. The bread went viral instantly. Home bakers who spent hours tending sourdough starters started questioning their entire lifestyle. Why am I waking up at 5 in the morning to feed my starter when I can buy this for $2.89? And this product did something huge. It converted bread snobs into Aldi shoppers. People who used to treat discount grocery stores like they were beneath them. Now they're there every week, and while they're there, they start discovering other good items too. That's the long game. One incredible product changes how people see the whole brand. At number 3, this is the one that shocked the food world. For years, certain premium jarred sauces have been the gold standard. Critics love them. Chefs buy them for home. They taste like someone's Italian grandmother made them in a heavy pot. The only problem is the price, often $8 to $10 per jar. Aldi released their specially selected marinara for $3.49 a jar. And according to blind taste tests from multiple food publications, it beat the premium brands. Not almost as good for the price. Not surprisingly decent, better. Major food publications did marinara showdowns with 20 brands and professional chefs judging. The Aldi sauce took first place repeatedly. That lit the internet on fire. Food social media erupted. People accused publications of being paid off. They weren't. Loyalists of expensive brands went straight into denial mode. So what makes Aldi's sauce so strong? The ingredient list is shockingly simple. San Marzano tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, onions, garlic, basil, sea salt, and black pepper. That's it. No added sugar, no citric acid tricks, no mystery stabilizers. Aldi. Sources: real San Marzano tomatoes from the Campania region of Italy. The tomatoes that make sauce taste like Italy. Most jarred sauces use cheaper tomatoes and then dump sugar into them to balance the flavor. Aldi just starts with better tomatoes. Within days of major articles, the sauce became impossible to find. Every Aldi was wiped out. People drove to multiple locations buying cases. Italian restaurants quietly started using it. Food bloggers built whole recipe series around it. Some people started bringing it as a hostess gift to dinner parties instead of wine. One jar, one price tag, one moment that made millions of people question brand loyalty and accept a scary truth. Sometimes the budget version wins. At number 2, in 2025, Aldi dropped an ice cream flavor so good it triggered a regional butter shortage. Belmont Bourbon butter pecan was supposed to be a limited-time seasonal item. Aldi did a normal production run. They expected it to sell steadily for a few months. It sold, out nationwide in 4 days. Every pint gone. Why was it different? Real bourbon. Not bourbon flavor, not extract. Actual Kentucky bourbon is added into the base. It gives the ice cream this warm, smooth, slightly boozy undertone that makes the whole thing taste grown up and expensive. And the butter pecan part, next level. Instead of those sad little artificial pecans you get in most butter pecan, Aldi uses pecans roasted in real butter and brown sugar until they're basically candy. They're so good that people were picking the pecans out first and eating them separately. The base itself is a super premium custard with high butter fat, dense and creamy, like the best premium brands, not light and airy like cheaper tubs. Aldi priced it at under $5 a pint, cheaper than other premium brands, but the quality was in the same conversation as craft ice cream that charges $8 to $12. Food bloggers called it the best ice cream they'd ever had from a grocery store. Period. Those reviews went viral, and within hours people were flooding Aldi locations. The demand got so wild that Aldi's supplier couldn't keep up. They ran into the problem nobody expected. They couldn't source enough bourbon or butter at the pace the internet demanded. For 2 months, the ice cream became a legend. People talked about it like a myth. And while everyone was losing their minds over bourbon butter pecan, Aldi quietly dropped 4 other bourbon flavors for the holidays: bourbon salted caramel, bourbon chocolate fudge, bourbon vanilla bean, bourbon s'mores. They didn't just make a flavor, they made a category. Now other brands are racing to copy it. But Aldi got there first. They own that lane. That's masterclass brand building. And at number 1, this is it. The product that made people rethink everything they thought they knew about Aldi. The specially selected French butter croissants. Aldi started baking authentic French butter croissants in store, not the bland, prepackaged croissants from the bread aisle. Not the sad, dense ones that taste like air and disappointment. These are real laminated dough pastries made the traditional way. Each store has a designated baker who starts at 3:30 in the morning to begin the lamination process. The dough uses real French butter, high-quality flour, and classic technique. The croissants are shaped by hand, proofed properly, and baked fresh throughout the day. And they sell them warm, individually wrapped in paper bags for $1.49 each. $1.49 for an authentic French butter croissant. A croissant at a normal bakery costs $4 to $6. At a serious French bakery, it's $5 to $8. At Aldi, it's $1.49. When people first tried them, the reaction was the same across the board: disbelief. The outside is golden, crisp, and it shatters when you bite it. The inside is soft, buttery, and layered. You can literally see the lamination, the delicate sheets of dough and butter that separate a real croissant from a fake one. Food critics pulled up to Aldi locations just to verify it wasn't hype. They compared Aldi croissants to famous bakeries in New York, San Francisco, and even Paris. And the consensus was shocking. These croissants are top tier, not good for Aldi, not good for the price, objectively excellent by any standard. Award-winning pastry chefs posted reviews, took one bite, and expressed genuine admiration. Those videos hit millions of views. The croissants turned into a social media phenomenon. People started posting Aldi croissant breakfast pics like it was a lifestyle brand. Croissants with jam, croissants with eggs, croissants with coffee. It became an aesthetic, a morning ritual, and this one product did the unthinkable. It changed the entire perception of Aldi. Because once people realize Aldi can make croissants this good, the question becomes, what else are they capable of? People who never shopped at Aldi started showing up just for croissants. And once they were inside, they'd browse, they'd experiment, they'd try new items. They'd realize Aldi has way more high-quality products than they expected. The croissant became the gateway product, and those new customers became loyal shoppers. This is the future of Aldi. They're not only competing on price anymore, they're competing on quality. They're proving you don't have to pick between cheap and good. You can have both. 9 products, 9 reasons. Aldi isn't the store your parents remember. Croissants that can compete with Paris. Pasta sauce that beat premium brands in blind tests. Ice cream that caused a butter shortage. A dip that people literally fought over. This isn't only about saving money anymore. It's about a discount grocery store proving that budget doesn't mean bad. cheap doesn't mean boring. And the German chain everyone underestimated is now setting trends instead of following them. So the question isn't whether you should shop at Aldi. The question is, which cult product are you going to obsess over first?